everyone, and welcome back to Stir the Coco. If you're new to our show, welcome. Here we talk about anything and everything that stimulates your coco, which is the word in Spanish for noggin. Remember, you can follow us on YouTube on Stir the Coco with myself, Posh Teacher, and here at BCTV. Give us a like and subscribe on both platforms. We greatly appreciate it. Before we begin, I want to give an hola shout out to Susana for my adult Spanish class at Next. She is a dedicated swimmer. Susana, keep on swimming. We are calling this episode the Swim-Brain Connection. Until the 1960s, scientists believed that the number of neurons and synaptic connections in the human brain were limited, and that once damaged, these brain cells could not be replaced. But that idea was debunked as researchers began to see ample evidence for the birth of neurons in adult brains. Now, there is clear evidence that the contribution of neurogenesis, which is the birth of neurons, play a key role in helping to reverse or repair in both mammals and fish. Today, we are focusing on aerobic exercise because swimming is an aerobic exercise. In fact, the benefits of swimming start before you even stick a toe in the water. Psychologists have discovered that even just looking at water or a lake can let go of your stress. Recently, people have talked about that just 2 minutes of viewing water outdoors can lower your blood pressure and also make your heart rate drop. Looking at a lake, pool, or stream, trees is actually a little better than looking at trees or grass. And wider bodies of water bring more tranquility, explains psychologist Adam Grant. The human brain seems to be wired to look at and enjoy the beach. Now, let's talk about actually what it feels like when you're getting into the water. One of the health benefits that testifies to the holistic power of swimming is what it does to our arteries. These blood vessels are crucial. Heart disease, after all, is caused by artery blockage. It's not a disease of the heart itself. Arteries not only carry blood from one part of the body to another, they also buffer the pulsations of that movement, expanding and recoiling as they do this. Playing this key role takes its toll, and over time the arteries get stiff and can cause damage to the brain and the kidneys. An experiment carried out by Professor Hiro Tanaka from the University of Texas, Austin, showed that just 3 months of a swimming exercise program was highly effective in reducing artery stiffness and reducing the stress transmitted into other organs. Swimming can help you live longer. Perhaps, not surprisingly, given the impact on arteries, swimming can extend your life. Scientists at the University of South Carolina in the U.S. followed over 40,000 men ages 20 to 90 for an average of 13 years and discovered that swimmers had a much lower death rate than non-exercisers. Swimmers were also 50% less likely to die from all causes than runners or walkers with land-based exercise. For example, it was less effective in reducing their artery stiffness, those that did land-based exercises. Swimming is better for your brain than walking or running. Land-based exercise also has less impact on cognitive function than swimming. There are many research studies showing that water immersion actually increases brain blood overall, says Professor Tanaka. Meanwhile, other research suggests that cognitive function is improved when you are in the water because you are usually lying on your back or your stomach when you're swimming. Because of that, the flow to the brain is actually facilitated compared to upright exercises like walking or cycling, notes the professor. One study showed that just 7 days of swim training improved the memory of rats, with tests on humans having similar results. In terms of how long you need to swim, research suggests that even a 20-minute swim exercise can boost brain function and enable faster reaction times. So, our brain health is more important than having the perfect bikini bod to make us put on a swimsuit. So get your swimsuit on, and it's pool time, everyone. Now, before we go chat with our guest today that will convince you to go swimming, let's go to Spanish class to create a little neuroplasticity. Our first phrase is, let's go swimming. Vamos a nadar. Vamos a nadar. One more time. Let's go swimming. Vamos a nadar. Good. Now, time to put on your swimsuit. Ponte tu traje de baño. All right, hang on tight. This is a longer one. Put on your bathing suit. Ponte tu traje de baño. One more time. Ponte tu traje de baño. Excelente. Next one. You definitely should try to move your arms when you're swimming. So here we go. Mueve los brazos. Mueve los brazos. One more time. Move your arms. Mueve los brazos. Now, for the last one, we need to chat. I must share that in some Spanish words, they're regional. So they say it a little differently. Kind of like in the US when we say soda or pop, depending on what region of the United States you live in. Well, in Mexico, the word for swimming pool is alberca. In Spain, the word for swimming pool is la piscina. Let's practice both. La alberca. La alberca. One more time. Swimming pool in Mexico. La alberca. Perfect. Now let's do swimming pool in Spain. La piscina. La piscina. One more time. La piscina. Bravo. Let's do a little quiz. All right. How do you say move your arms in Spanish? All right. Hopefully this is what you said. Mueve los brazos. Let's move on to the next one. How do you say in Spanish, let's go swimming? The answer is vamos a nadar. One more. This is the extra credit. So the two words for swimming pool are la piscina. Good. And hopefully you guessed the word for pool in Spanish, la alberca. Bravo. Let's go chat with Rachel, Aquatics Director for the YMCA in Birmingham.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Stir the Coco. I have a very special guest today. We have Rachel Nelson, and she's Aquatics Director for the Birmingham YMCA. Rachel, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
We're bright and early today.
Bright and early.
I mean, for Rachel's not. We were talking about that. So, but Rachel, can you share with us your journey? What led you to get involved with swimming?
Yes, actually I was a swimmer myself from about 5 or 6 years old. I started on a swim team at the Oak Park Jewish Community Center.
Oh, right.
And I swam until about 14, 15 into high school. Then I gave up swim team, but I swam recreationally. After high school, I became a cosmetologist, actually. So I was in hair and nails. And then after having my daughter, I needed something new. So there was a swim school in Troy that had an opening, and I said, well, I know how to swim, and I like to teach people, and I like people in general, so why not? I started teaching at the Aquatics in Troy. It was very exciting. I loved it so much. And then there was an opening at the Birmingham YMCA for lifeguard manager. And I actually grew up in the halls of the Birmingham YMCA. I did not swim for their swim team, but I grew up in that building. So it was a full circle kind of moment for me. And I became the manager in August of 21. And then in February of 23, the association asked me to become the aquatics director.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a full circle moment from the very beginning of just learning how to swim all the way to running an entire department now that involves a pool and now being able to teach swim lessons to the community.
Oh my, I love your journey. And you know, sometimes people wonder, they're like, oh, where is my life leading? And look at that. I mean, there's just an example of your life comes full circle, like I said. Well, we're excited to talk about swimming since you are an expert. There is a lot of research about the benefits of swimming. Actually, it's one of the highest in comparison to other types of exercise. And in your experience, have you seen those amazing benefits of swimming?
100%.
Tell us about it. We are excited to hear
So
this.
it varies from person to person, age, abilities. It really doesn't matter. No matter how comfortable you are or how fearless you are or how nervous you are, getting into the water just changes a person. Even if you get in and you're still very tense and very anxious about being in the water because you don't know how to swim or you've had past traumas from swimming experiences, once you get in, there's this, no pun intended, but there is this wave that just kind of rushes over you where you can let go and just be one with the water. It's, I mean, one of the 4 elements. It's very important for us as humans to be connected to every part of the earth that we can be, in water being the majority of the earth is probably one of the biggest elements to be connected with. It's soothing and calming, and you can just kind of let your inhibitions go sometimes and just play for recreational purposes. But working out, swimming laps, or doing water fitness, or taking swim lessons, it takes a special part of you to let go of that fear, jump into the deep end, and then do what you need to do. And it really does impact people in a way that I honestly never thought I would see. I thought cosmetology would impact people getting your hair done. That always makes you feel better, right? Give you a call, by the way. Right? It always makes you feel better. Swimming it's a whole other level of just feeling better, just physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I've seen so many people go from hobbling on the pool deck with a walker because it hurts them to physically walk. They get in the water for 45 minutes to an hour. They come out and they're floating on air.
No.
It's like they had no issues because the amount of, like, the lack of gravity, obviously, because you're in the water. Now, there's tons of resistance under the water. You get a really good workout if you're really moving.
Right.
But it's this part of you that weight, that heavy weight you have before you get in the water is just gone because it just like dissipates into the water.
So your stress basically diminishes.
poof.
It's therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic in so many ways, not just physically.
Yes.
For,
See,
you know,
people don't see that.
Right, some people don't see that. It's not just the physical aspect, it's also the mentality of it. I see people swim for 30 minutes up to 90 minutes. I've seen people swim for 90 minutes straight, just laps back and forth. They don't stop. And when they get out of the pool, yes, you can tell that they are physically tired, but their mind is alert and awake, and they just have this kind of aura around them of, I just accomplished something really amazing.
Wow.
And now I can go about the rest of my day. Especially with those early morning swimmers, the ones that come in at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Why are those early swimmers? What do you think? What's their motivation, and why are they there?
Well, one, get it out of the way.
Okay.
You know, get your workout out of the way, have the rest of your day. Also, for a lot of them, from my experience with them, is that the earlier you get up and you start moving your body, the more you can accomplish within your day.
You know, Rachel, I totally agree, because your cortisol levels are higher in the morning, and they say if you exercise right away, it brings you down to a calmer state. So hence, it's really the magic in integrating swimming. So it's a transformative process then. And because most people think, oh, swimming, hang out at the pool with the kids. But I'm glad you're opening it up to what other parts of what really swimming is.
Oh yeah, it's not just recreational, which is one of the greatest ways to swim, is recreational.
Right.
But to actually integrate it into your daily life as not just a workout, but as a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It really does improve everything: physicality, mentality, spirituality, emotions, quality of life.
Quality of life. Give us do you have a situation where you've seen one of your students' quality of life change?
Yes, I do actually. I had this student a couple years ago. She now just swims recreationally with like her grandchildren, but a few years ago, at the age of 73, one of her youngest grandchildren said, Nona, I need you to learn how to swim. You need to come swim with us. They lived on a lake, in Lake St. Clair, actually, I believe. So
not
close.
a small lake.
Not a small lake. So they needed her to learn how to swim so she could enjoy the water with them. So she started taking lessons, and we started with bubbles. As basic as you can get, we started with bubbles, how to blow them out of your mouth at 73.
Okay.
You know, and then after about a year, she was able to swim laps. Now, it doesn't happen as quickly or as drastically for everyone. It's totally different. It's situation by situation.
Okay.
This particular situation, however, we spent an entire year working as hard as we could. And I mean, she would come in outside of lessons to just come in and practice, mostly in the water fitness lanes, because she was a little nervous of the lap lanes without me.
Okay.
But now she can swim laps on her own. And she goes to the lake with her grandkids, and she gets to enjoy the water with them. She grew up without learning how to swim.
You know, and that's, I was going to ask you, there's many adults that have a fear of swimming.
Yes.
Because either they've never learned how to swim, or they've had, like you said, a traumatic experience. How do you work with, you know, that kind of person that has that fear? What
Lots
do
of
you do to help them?
laughter. Lots of jokes. I crack lots of jokes with my adults.
Oh my God! No
and
way.
I always say things to them like, I'm not going to talk to you like your preschoolers, but I'm going to tell you what I tell the preschoolers. Like when we learn how to blow bubbles out of our noses, I tell them to push the boogers out. Riotous laughter all the time from the preschoolers. The adults are like, are you serious? Yes, I'm very serious.
73.
Right, I'm very
Setting your way.
serious. It's something where you have to, and it's so much easier said than done, but you have to relax. You have to find a way to just kind of let the inhibitions go and just do what it is that you need to do and focus on it. So as simple as blowing bubbles out of your nose. It's a mentality block. With being afraid of the water, you're scared of so many various things of what could happen. Your mind is racing constantly. Water can be scary. Water can be very scary. It is, being one of the best elements, also one of the scariest ones.
Right.
So anything can happen, not in a pool though. Pool is contained.
Okay, thank you. We're not in an ocean and Jaws can show up.
Right, we are not in an ocean. We are not in a lake. No lazy rivers. A pool. So
thank you for saying that.
Right, being in contained water is a much easier way to learn how to swim.
Okay.
Because you can take it slowly. You start in the shallow and you work your way up to the deep end.
This is great. I'm glad you're sharing this with people. That's okay. And it's not like we're going to throw you in the lake.
Oh gosh, no. Oh my gosh, no. And it's one of those things where I tell people that once you've done it in the pool long enough, where you are comfortable and you have worked on those basic life-saving skills that if you were in open water of any sort, you can now apply those skills and, if need be, save yourself if anything arose, because open water is scarier than contained water like a pool.
Absolutely.
So even with, yes, I'm teaching you how to blow bubbles out of your nose like boogers, I'm also going to teach you that if anything happened, or if at any point you got nervous or that mental block came back into place, you would know in an instant what to do to save yourself.
No,
that's
wonderful.
The biggest thing with lessons. It's not just the recreational aspect, the working out aspect. It's a life skill. Knowing how to swim is a life skill, especially living in Michigan.
Yes.
Where we are surrounded by water.
Every couple miles. So.
There is a body of water of some sort.
Yes.
And even if you live somewhere where there isn't mass quantities of water, you still need to have this life skill, because you're going to avoid the water your entire life. It's a little difficult to do living on this planet, is to avoid water.
Absolutely, and miss out with the grandkids, like you said.
Exactly,
about Nona,
missing out. And that's one of the biggest things. That was one of her biggest driving factors, was my family needs this from me. And that was her force to move forward with it. She was very scared at the beginning. She was very uncomfortable. There was a lot of wall clinging.
Wow.
My biggest thing especially for adults, and if you start in the shallow end, which is where you should start, you can stand up.
Oh, yes, you're right. So any issue,
all you gotta do is stand up, right? You just gotta stand up.
So people, how can they integrate swimming into their life? What do you recommend?
There's a lot of different ways.
Okay.
If you don't know how to swim, take a class.
Okay.
Find an instructor. At the Birmingham Y, we offer adult lessons all the time. It's actually one of our biggest drivers, because more adults are coming out of the woodwork saying, I need to learn how to swim because of all the benefits you get from it.
Awesome.
So get into a lesson. Learn how to swim. Start in the shallow end. Figure out your bubbles and breath control first, then move forward. I always tell people, never expect to be Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
He is an enigma and a phenomenal swimmer, but he's been doing it his entire life. Don't expect to swim like me. I've been doing it my entire life, and I did it competitively also. For people who are looking to just do it recreationally or just start that process of working out, stay in the shallow. Find a contained space like a pool.
That's calming to know.
Right, at your local Y or at a community center, somewhere where you can be safe. And somewhere where you can grow within the water. Like those little toys, capsules that you put in the water and then it grows into like a dinosaur. Yes,
super
like
fun.
that.
I love that analogy. Well, and actually, you brought some props.
I did bring some props.
Yeah, we love props here at Stir the Coco.
So
tell us what you have, Rachel.
I have some water dumbbells. These are Hydro Fit hand buoys.
These are adorable.
Right? So holding it, it's like light as a feather.
Yes.
The second you put it under the water and keep it under the water, it turns into, depending on the color on the outside, this one I believe is a 2.5, 3 pound weight.
Oh my gosh.
So once you put it under and you keep it under the water, you are doing resistance training with about a 3 pound weight.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
And we have different sizes, ones with thicker foam and plastic ones that have little grooves that when you put them under, it becomes like a 10 pound weight.
Wow.
The amount of workout that you can actually get in the water not swimming laps is astounding. I did not realize when I first started. I love my lap swimmers. I love lap swimming. It can be very calming. Water fitness. Wow.
Oh my God. Do you teach water fitness?
I do not teach the water fitness classes, but I am interested in getting my water fitness instructor certification.
Yes, Rachel.
Because it is definitely one of the in my opinion, funner workouts because one, you get to chat with people because your head's above the water.
Yeah.
2, you get to keep your head above the water.
Keep your head above water.
And 3, you get to do a wide variety of things: jogging, army crawling,
Oh my
different
gosh.
arm exercises, leg exercises. And the other thing I
yes,
brought,
what else
which
did
is
you bring, Rachel?
definitely important for the water fitness class, is a water fitness belt.
Oh, I saw this. I always wondered what
yes,
that was.
you wear this around your waist. It goes around the back, and the little sides come up on the side of you.
Okay.
It does the treading for you.
Oh my gosh.
You don't have to tread in the deep end. The majority of our water fitness classes are mainly in the deep end. They do come into the shallow end for different exercises. You get different resistance training depending on where you are in the pool.
Oh.
However, being in the deep end can be exhausting because you have to move the entire time. With this belt, you don't.
Oh my gosh.
You can put the belt on, you stay up, you can solely work on your arms, you can solely work on your legs, you can do a combination of both, but you don't have to worry about actually keeping your body
So
up
it's
the
not
entire
like
time.
a water or ballet aerobic, is it ballet, synchronized swimming? Synchronized swimming.
Right,
They don't have any help.
They don't have any help. I would love to be a synchronized swimmer. They're amazing. But this does. It does the treading for you, which is really
Wonderful.
nice because it's one less thing that you have to think about. So you really can focus on the workout and less so, okay, I have to keep my head above the water for an hour now. No, it's just work on your workout.
What a blast. Okay, so this is so exciting. Rachel, I think you've opened up another world for a lot of people and taken the fear out of swimming because...
I hope so.
Yes. So, well, now we're going to have a little fun here. Probably not as fun as at the pool, but I have a little question for you today.
Oh, okay.
So, have you ever experienced a fashion emergency that you've witnessed in the water?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, I have.
Tell us about that, Rachel.
It happens a little more often than you think it would, especially when it comes to bathing suit colors.
Oh.
Bathing suit colors do actually matter, especially for children. The brighter and more vibrant the bathing suit, the easier it is to see them.
Okay.
So a lot of people will buy blues and greens, which is great colors, but if you are in a setting where it's darker water or a very darker blue tiled pool, you can't see it as much. So colors are very important, bright, vibrant colors all the time.
That's really good to know.
There is also the shades. So blacks are fine because you can see people. Whites, not so much. So sometimes when people buy bathing suits of a lighter shade, once you get out of the water and you've been in the water a while, you can see things more so than you would think that you should be able to. So I have seen yellow bathing suits that are very pale, but I have seen white bathing suits that are on the thinner side that don't have that extra layer of protection. So there have been moments where people have gotten in and then gotten out and you have to turn and look away.
Towel?
Right? Next time, please wear a darker bathing suit color. I have had to have those conversations with people before, and it is a little embarrassing.
Yes, I can
to have to
imagine.
tell someone that I can see through your bathing suit. So yes, there are definitely fashion emergencies sometimes, dependent on the color of a suit or the thickness of the fabric. Never buy secondhand bathing suits.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to think. No.
Right?
Yes.
Always buy them firsthand.
Good tip.
Bright, vibrant colors.
I love that. And you know what? Then people, they don't want to get turned away from swimming because they had a fashion emergency.
Exactly.
Right? So we want to make sure they have the right.
You're always gentle.
The right fit. And well, thank you so much. You wealth of knowledge, and I kind of want to go swimming with you right now.
Yes. Well, class starts at 9.
Okay, so we gotta go. Rachel, thank you so much for being on
Thank you
the
so
show.
much for having me. It
Appreciate
was
your
such a
time.
pleasure.
Thank you. All right, bye everyone.
Bye.